Alright, so I finally got time to talk about Chaos Zero Nightmare. The game just released recently, and I don't know if you did any rerolls or not, but let me know down in the comment section what kind of characters you got. I didn't do any rerolls. I don't like doing rerolls actually. It takes a lot of time. So in the beginner banner, I got Magna, which I'm happy with it. And then also I pulled for Haru. I think after 30 pulls, I got Haru as well. And this is my these two 5-star characters that I have and other 4 stars. So now I want to talk about like the best starter teams, like whatever kind of teams that we can have with different 5-star characters. This is mainly for the 5-star one, so I'm gonna build teams around each of the 5-star characters, and later on I'm gonna make another video about the 4-star characters as well to see which kind of 4-star characters would be best with each other. So let's start with our first character, Luke, and I'm just going to choose a team that I have over here and talk about it in the mock team selection over here. So Luke generates like the handgun bullets. The thing that you want to have is this rapid fire card at first. If you do a crit, you get these handgun bullets. Or other than the rapid fire, you want to have this card as well, this stealth reload, so that you can create the 2 handgun bullets, and whenever you use them you exhaust them and you deal more damage. There are like 0 AP, and based on the number of bullets that you use or you have, you can get like additional buff over here. And then this one, if you use like 5 handgun bullets, you can deal high damage over here. So with this, you want to have these two cards in your deck when you start the game, or like just in the entire game, as many times as you want. So one of the best supporter, like the 4-star ones, is going to be Cassius, because like he's going to be in a lot of teams, because he can give you you can like draw cards with the devil dice, or you can shuffle your cards to get new ones, and hopefully you get one of these two cards for Luke, so that you can create the handgun bullets. And we also have the Joker card. Even though it got nerfed, it used to be 0 cost, but now it's 1 cost. So you can select 1 card from draw pile to draw, so that by that you can easily select one of these 2 cards over here, and then create the handgun bullets. So Luke will be your main DPS. You have a supporter to support Luke with the drawing power that they have, and then it's good to have a defender, either Maribel as a 4-star character, or if you have Magna, so that she can also do like some counter attacks. I mean, she does have like Maribel also has the counter attacks, but the 5-star one, Magna, would be a little bit stronger. So either Maribel as a 4-star, so I'm doing like 1 5-star and then 2 4-stars, so that's why this could be a good choice. So that'll be the first team, that like one of the best ones for Luke. And then we'll move on to the second character, Khalipe. So Khalipe, she got nerfed a lot, especially with her AoE damage, but she's still a hybrid defender main DPS. So with Khalipe, you want Mika and like another character. Let's just go Beryl for now. I'll talk about it for the third character. So first of all, with Khalipe, also she removed all the they remove all the celestial effects from other cards. So the main card for Khalipe is the Vulture Ejection. So with this one, whenever you use this card, you get 1 silver veil, and then when you reach 3, you can do a massive AoE damage. That's why you want to use this as much as you can. Now this costs a lot, like 3 APs, but it's a celestial card. So celestial means when using a card with cost 2 or higher, this card activates. So you can basically activate this card with 2 APs instead of 3. And based on that, obviously you want, first of all, you want like AP generation with Mika, and then you want a character that has like 2 cost, at least like 2 cost card effects, like this, like Beryl for example. She has like 2 of these 2 cost cards, so you can do like, you can use one of these 2, and then this one will get activated as well, so you can do like back-to-back attacks, and obviously you'll get the silver veil, and after 3 of silver veils you can do like a massive AoE. So based on this, I think this would be a really good team comp, because obviously you can activate the celestial with Beryl, and also you need AP generation, because it's going to cost a lot of APs to do like 2 cost cards all the time. And there was also one other like team comp. Instead of Beryl, for example, you can use Cassius again just to get like the card that you need for your hand, maybe like this one again, or like other cards that we have over here. But obviously Beryl will be a better choice. I also want to talk about Owen as well, because he's also free and he does have like 2 cost cards like this one and this one as well, AoE damage. So you can use these like 2 cards from Owen, and then also activate this one, the Celestial one as well. So that'll be Khalipe for the team comms, and then we'll move on to Magna. So Magna is a very universal character. You can have Magna with almost everyone, and I just want to mention like Mika over here, because obviously Mika can give you the extra APs. And then other than Mika, like I mean, as I said, like Magna, you can use Magna with almost everyone, but just to give you like a starter team comp, you can use Mika and also maybe Rin, not Ray. Where is Rin? Over here. So the reason is that Rin will also give you the the Dark Cloud stance, and you can't attack with other characters. So Mika is going to give you AP, and you can use like the attacking cards of Magna, but it's fine because she shields and also does counter attack. So you can still deal damage with Magna and then also get the most out of Rin. And talking about Rin, so she will be the next character. So as I mentioned, you can go with Magna if you have like 2 5-stars, but other than that, you can use other characters that have lots of skill cards. For example, Nia and also Cassius. So like with these two, obviously with Rin, you can only attack with her because you'll get the Dark Cloud stance, and whenever you attack with another combatant's character card, you'll lose this Dark Cloud stance. That's why it's going to be she's going to get debuffed whenever you use another card attack from other characters. So you want to have only her as your main attacker and the other 2 like supporters. So as I said again, Magna can also be good because she shields and also deals counter attack. But then Nia, if you check, all of her cards are skills, like except the first one, but all of her cards are skill type, so you can just use any of these skills over here, which are actually really good, and then you can do like the main attack with Rin. Other than that, again, Cassius would be good because you can select a card to draw with the Joker card, or just shuffle so that you can get like, for example, this one again, like the drawing slash, so that you can obtain the Dark Cloud stance if you don't have it. So that would be like team comp for Rin, and then we'll go to Orlea. So Orlea is kind of like I'm not gonna say like a weird character, but she's kind of like universal as well. And my team that I think would be good with Orlea would be Beryl and maybe Teresa. So the reason is that first of all, Orlea, she creates these creations, like one of these 3, and you want to keep them in your hand so that they can grow and deal more damage later on. And also there's another thing with Orlea is that you can get like fixed damage equal to the number of cards in your hand. So you want to have as many cards as you want in your hand, and also kind of like retain the cards that you have so that you can upgrade them. And based on that, you can again use Beryl because she can draw cards with this one, even though it's just once because it's going to get exhausted. And then still you can increase the number of cards in your hand. And I say maybe Teresa as well because let me just check Beryl. Yeah, she also has the retain. So I'm saying like maybe Teresa as well because she also creates shadow daggers that will obviously you can create 2, so that will increase the card number that you have in your hand. So that'll be Orlea, but she can like basically do the damage herself whenever you just keep the cards, and whenever the battle gets further, then you can deal more damage with Orlea. Now we move on to Mei Lin. So the interesting about Mei Lin is that let me just select the character so I can show the skills over here. So Mei Lin has a passion weakness effect. So this means that she is a fire attacker, and whenever you have fire characters, they're gonna deal more damage. That's why you can see like these 2, Selena and Maribel are fire attackers as well. So she's a main DPS. She can deal lots of damage, even though she got nerfed a little bit, but she can still do lots of damage. And also whenever you use an attacking card, you know, get this passion weakness to the target, so that you can deal more damage with your fire attack cards, or your fire characters in total. So based on that, you can also have Selena over here. She has the mark that can increase the attack of your attacking cards with the mark. And also, so she's going to buff up Mei Lin, because she can deal more damage, obviously. And also Mei Lin can buff up Selena, because she's also doing fire damage, like with the passion weakness that we have over here, for example, in this card. That's why these two could help each other out. And then Maribel as a defender, I mean as a shielder, because these two are main DPS, so you also, it's good to have a defender, either Maribel or Magna. But Maribel is a fire attacker as well, so you can use Maribel better than Magna in this case. And we also have Owen as a 4-star one, and Lucas as well, so you can use these two as a fire attacker as well. But then they're not gonna buff up Mei Lin based on their skills. They're still good, but the other two are still better. Now we move on to the next 5-star character that we have, Veronica. So with Veronica, let me just pick the characters over here, and maybe Maribel. So Veronica creates these ballistas that at the end of the turn you can deal extra damage to a random enemy. And also the first card, like this one, is Outbreak of War. This means that this is at the top of the draw pile, so you'll start with this one. That's guaranteed to have one ballista. And then you have other characters, other cards over here that you can draw. You can reload. So when you reload, you'll get one of the ballistas to do the extra, damage. Also here, choose one ballista in hand, 100% damage. So these are good. And it's always good to have Nia as well, because then you can draw cards over here with Nia, and then also reveal 3 random cards from the draw pile and choose one to draw. Or even Cassius, because you can, again, shuffle your cards and then pick one of these cards over here if you want for the next turn. But since she has this card as well to draw 2 cards from other combatants, then it's good to have Nia, so that you can use the different types of skills that she has. And then I just put another defender over here, because obviously she's an attacker, and she, as a supporter, and then also good to have a defender or an attacker as a third character. Now we move on to the next 5-star, Renoa. So Renoa, I'm gonna pick again Cassius and Maribel, and the reason is that with Renoa you want to create Dirge Bullet with this card, and based on this, obviously you're gonna get buffed up. So 160% damage when moved to discard, 80% extra damage on a random enemy. And with this one, I mean, obviously Renoa is working based on the Dirge Bullet, and with that you can activate these skill cards over here as well, or the attack cards, all other cards that she has based on the Dirge Bullets. For example, this one, create as many Dirge, discard up to 2 cards from hand and then create that many Dirge Bullet again to deal the extra damage. With this one, you'll get extra damage for the Dirge Bullet in hand, and then with this one again you can discard 1 to get extra damage. So it's based on her Dirge Bullets, so you need this card to create those. And based on that, obviously Cassius would be a great choice, because you can draw a card, you can shuffle your cards, you can select one card that you want to draw, and these two could work really well with each other. And then again, I'm putting another defender, because you have your attacker, you have your supporter, and having one other defender would be useful. Now we'll move on to the next character, Hugo. For Hugo, just for now, I'm gonna pick Nia and also maybe Teresa, and let's talk about Hugo. So first of all, he has the hunt commands. So whenever another combatant uses an upgrade card or a skill card, you gain 1 hunt commands. And with the hunt commands, when using a targeting attack card, you're gonna inflict 50% extra damage, extra attack. So first of all, you want the characters that have upgrade or skill cards. So it's easy to get skill cards with Nia, because she mainly has all skill cards. So you can use Nia really well with Hugo. Use her skill cards over here to get the hunt commence skill on Hugo to deal the extra damage. And then we have Teresa, that you can deal like targeted attacks with the, you know, the shadow dagger over here that she has, and with that you can deal extra damage with Hugo as well. Now, other than these characters, I think this will be like the best team at the moment. But other than these two characters, you can, I think, also go with Luke and where is it, like Mika as well. The reason is that, okay, Luke again creates the targeted, like he has the bullets instead of the dagger, so he has the bullets, and you can create bullets, deal like targeted attacks, as you can see over here, like 70% damage, like again damage, and with that again you can get the extra attack of the commence hunt, or the hunt commence of Hugo. And then obviously because he is generating well, bullets, you can also get the AP, extra APs from Mika, or just mix and match with these other characters that I mentioned. So I think those 4 characters could work well with Hugo. And then we'll move on to Haru. So Haru, again, no brainer with Cassius. I'm gonna tell you why. And then I'm just going to use Mika here and talk about Khalipe as well. Haru, again, she works around this anchor shot. So whenever, like as many times as you use the anchor shot, it's going to get buffed up, like 60% damage for each time this card has been used. So you want to use the anchor shot as many times as you can, and you need this in your hand to use it, obviously. So either you'll use this one, the anchor pointer, you can draw this card, or again, Cassius, my man over here, he can deal, like he can do lots of things. Again, draw cards, you know, shuffle cards, or just pick the anchor card that you want and draw it, so that you can use the anchor card as many times as you want. But then since it's you know, costing like 2 APs, and also this one as well, the AoE damage is costing 2 APs, it's good to have Mika to just generate the APs over here, so that you can, you know, have as, you know, you can have the APs that you need to deal like damage, and you use other like cards over here, either from Haru or from Cassius. Now I said Khalipe would also be useful, and the reason is that the celestial effect that Khalipe has. Again, when you use 2-cost cards like the anchor shot, you can gain this effect as well, the vulture ejection, so that you can deal damage with Khalipe as well. But then you're gonna use a lot of AP, so maybe you have to switch Cassius with Mika to just generate the APs, or just go with this and then see if you can deal more damage. That's like other team comps that you can have with Haru. And then last but not least, we'll go to Kayron. I'm gonna do Tressa and again Cassius. As you've seen, like Cassius is in a lot of teams, and the reason again is with this one. So you want to create this futilities as many times as you can as your main DPS, so that whenever you exhaust them over here, damage for like 200, like 40% damage extra per exhausted futility. And over here as well, where was it, this one, create 3 futility again and 40% damage as that amount. So with this one you can deal that one, and this one is the best one, even though it got nerfed. It used to be 360% damage to all enemies like AoE, is now 300, but whenever you exhaust the card you can lower down the AP. Is 3, but you can basically do it free if you do the rotation, you know, if you have the cards actually good. And then the other like I'm using Tressa again because you can, you know, exhaust cards with Shadow Dagger, but the best one would be Cassius again, so that you can draw this card to create 2 futilities. That's why Cassius would be a really good option with you know, Kayron and also other characters. And yeah, that's all. That's like all the team comps that I have with the 5-star characters. Again, I'm going to talk about the 4-star ones in a separate video, but as you've seen, like Cassius is in a lot of decks, and also Maribel as a really reliable shielder, 4-star shielder, is also in a lot of decks, and Nia as well. Like these 3 4-star characters are in a lot of decks, and I think they could be super useful with these 5-star characters. And yeah, that's all for today. Let me know down in the comment section what are your thoughts, what kind of characters and team comps are you going for or you have at the moment. And yeah, just give me any updates if like anything is missing in this video, and I'll try to make more you know, Chaos Zero Nightmare videos later on. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, have fun and stay tuned.